associated with running through the tee, the glory of the checkerboard end zone, and the Big Orange ready to do battle. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, a team ready to put on a show, taking on a team from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Volunteers will put total weather to crank us up. He'll return it. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to pass. Makes the catch. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Finds his tight end. Got room at the 35. Oh, out of space. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
And he's got a touchdown. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. He marched 78 yards down the field. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Tennessee's offense will go to work for the first time today. And, David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. To the air, it's Cutler. Gets open down the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Reads it, fires complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Both of these teams right on the fringe of the top 25. This is a type of game that can help you earn some respect.
Absolutely. I mean, both these teams sitting right outside the top 25 have a great opportunity to get a good quality win and start to build momentum early in this season and see what kind of squad you're going to have, Palmer.
Breaks into the open. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Touchdown, Tennessee! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Looking for the tie with the extra point. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. On the run, it's Keller. Got the first down, looking for more. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He'll pull it on the read. At the 45 on his way. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
And man, nobody home on defense. We've got to understand the option starts with the quarterback. Somebody has to have that guy. The defense blows an assignment, and the quarterback takes advantage and makes the big play down the field.
That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. This third down play to open the period. To the ground to try to move the chains. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job of...
Makes the grab past the marker. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Into their happy place for a touchdown. What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain. When you're defensive ends, you got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays, and you got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. To the air, it's Cutler. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. The Volunteers will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll take it on the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. He might want another play. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's looking deep. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go.
Pull us, boy. Let's go.
Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella tight end.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tight ends are supposed to be the quarterback's security blanket, especially down here in the red zone. And that time, he just This tight end is such a weapon when you get down in this area of the field. Beautiful job on that touchdown catch.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Vols come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Oh, he's got some space. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. And the Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Sharp. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
From the gun. Give on the inside.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So now it's 2nd and long. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll hold it and take it to the end zone. Touchdown ball!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The Nittany Lions, offense and defense, have complemented themselves very nicely today, and this fan base always travels well. All of those factors could equal a big-time road win. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Penn State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Throws for the tight end. Got his man to the left. Turning on the Jets. They'll stop him and get him out of bounds at the 21, just short of the red zone, but they turn in a huge play. That last play has this defense on its heels. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 21. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got his man. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. They'll immediately call timeout. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw. Now improvising. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to pass. Big fella moving. Makes the grab and steps into the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Keep chopping wood,
Right,
boys.
guys,
Keep chopping wood.
A delightful start to things in Knoxville here today. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas amidst the smoggy smoke there in Rocky Top.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee ready to go to work, the Big Orange offense on the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. There he goes. He's at the 30. Inside, touchdown, Volunteer. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then it shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He'll try to tack on one more. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Secondary. How about this freshman leading him on the chase and making the big play after the catch? Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base go.
Turning it on! Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. The Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Jukes his way for more.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Volunteers can really attack on this second and short. Scanning the field, it's Cutler. Finds his big tight end. Oh, he got loose. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Sharp. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee! Great job by the back on the option.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Looking to throw on first down. He lets it fly. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're...
Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. New set of downs after the completion.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He's loose on the left. Past the 20. Touchdown. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas is in front. They've played awfully well today in DKR. And while there's no Ricky Williams or Earl Campbell out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 7 over UTSA. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys are keeping an eye on it for us. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Cutler. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Last completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Here's the handoff. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got a man. It's Marshall. They stop him at the 22. 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Might be changing the route. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Marshall. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Finds his big tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So here is the Tennessee offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Vols racing to the line in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Cutler. Shoots it to the left. Complete downfield. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Got his man. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man in the middle. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. He's looking to throw. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays.
Touchdown, Vols! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fakes to grab. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll run the option. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to scramble. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on 4th.
Caught over the middle. It's Keller. Knocked off his feet.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football, so really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up 4th and goal.
And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here we go. Dropping back, it's Cutler. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Finds a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Paul.